Hello again, this is David with another Parrot Backup video. In this video, I'm going to show you how to restore files with Parrot Backup and also how to keep a backup current over time so that as you add or change files on your computer, those get backed up too. Okay, let's get started. I'm going to start Parrot Backup from my desktop. Now before I can restore anything, I need to tell the program where it was backed up. In this case, I'd like to restore files from the thumb drive or flash drive that I used in the earlier demo. So I'm going to insert that drive into my USB port. And as usual, Windows will offer the autoplay box when a new drive is added. And I don't need that, so I'm going to close it. But I do need to tell Parrot Backup that this was my copy to location. I'm going to click the copy to button and then navigate to my flash drive. And click OK. Right away, I see that there were 19 files backed up on that flash drive. There are a couple things I can do with those files. If I move the mouse over one of them, I've got three buttons. The first one, Open, lets me look at the file in my normal application without actually copying it back to this computer. The second button, Find, lets me see the folder that this file is in on the backup device. So in this case, it opens up the Computer, D, Users, David, Pictures, Denver Basilica folder in Windows Explorer, and you'll see that all of my backed up pictures are there. The last thing you can do in this column is restore a picture or any file that you've backed up. And to make sense of that, I need to delete one for you so you can see it restored. So let's go over to my Pictures folder. And I'm going to choose one of these pictures, number 2 here, right click on it and delete. Then in the backed up column, I'm going to find number 2 and click the Restore button. First of all, you'll notice that Parrot Backup recreated the C, Users, David, Pictures folder in the Copy From location that I had originally backed up from. And it found out that this picture was in the Denver Basilica folder and put number 2 back there. So there's a couple ways you can verify this. First of all, you can open the file from this column and see that it is back on your original disk. Or you can actually open that folder on the original drive and you can see that there is a number 2 right back where it was before. Okay, the next thing I'd like to show you is how we can keep a backup current as we add or change things to the computer that we're backing up. So let's say I have some other pictures on my digital camera that I'd like to put on this computer, and I'd also like to get them backed up onto this flash drive. How would I do that? Well, it's actually very easy. The first thing I'm going to do is plug in my digital camera into the computer. And in this case, my camera is an iPhone. This process works the same with any kind of digital camera. The dialog boxes look a little bit different in Windows XP than they do in the Vista that I'm using here, but the process is very similar. Now because this is an iPhone, iTunes opens up and I don't need that. I'm going to close it. But behind there is an autoplay dialog box, and this is kind of where the magic happens. We're going to choose this first option, Import Pictures. And what this does is it allows Windows to copy these pictures into my Pictures folder, and then you're going to see that Parrot Backup can back them up from there. This dialog box offers to tag these pictures, and that's just a name that's going to go on the folder and on the pictures themselves. So I'm going to call them iPhone Pictures and click Import. And you'll see in just a few seconds it brings in all the new pictures that are on my iPhone or on your digital camera. Alright, and now that it's finished, I'm going to hit pre-flight check again in Parrot Backup and see if we can detect those pictures. And here they are, pending 34. And Parrot Backup sees the iPhone Pictures folder and all those iPhone pictures in it. And we can click Open here to see those pictures that were recently copied to the computer. And we can click Go to go ahead and back those up onto the flash drive. So if I look in the backed up column, now there are 53 files, and if I scroll here I can see that they are in 2 folders. There's a subfolder here for Denver Basilica with those pictures in it, and if I scroll down, another subfolder for iPhone Pictures with those pictures in it. And of course I could open or restore these as you might expect. Alright, next I'd like to show you what Parrot Backup can do with other changes that you might make to your computer. So for this example, I'm going to create a spreadsheet and then make some changes to it and then delete it. So let's see how that works. I'm going to start Excel, and it opens up with a blank worksheet here. And in this new worksheet, I'm going to just make an inventory worksheet and say that I have 500 shoes. And I'm going to save this inventory worksheet into the My Documents folder, and I'm going to make a new folder inside of here called Inventory. And inside of that inventory, I'm going to save this worksheet called Shoes. And close Excel. Alright, now let's say I'd like to back up my inventory worksheets. I need to tell Parrot Backup where they are. So I'm going to click the Copy From button and navigate to that Inventory Worksheets folder that I just made. In Vista, My Documents are underneath the folder with your name. So I need to click David and then look for Documents, and underneath that will be the Inventory Worksheets folder. Inventory, there it is. When I click OK, Parrot draws another folder in the Copy From column, number 2, and this one is pointing to the Inventory folder that I just clicked OK on, telling Parrot Backup that I want to back this up onto this D thumb drive as well. So let's click Pre-Flight Check and see if there are any files there that need to be backed up. Parrot Backup says there is one file there. It's my Shoes Excel worksheet. I can open it and see that yes, there are 500 shoes, and that's the one that I want to back up. I'm going to click Go and let that backup happen. Now if I scroll down in my backed up column, first of all I see that there are 54 things in it. There's also a second backup in it. It's of my inventory folder, and that inventory backup has one file in it named Shoes, and that file is current. It's fresh and doesn't need to be backed up right now. Over here I also see another reminder that all files are backed up. But what if I were to make some changes to that file? Let's do that. Let's open up this folder on the disk and make some changes to my shoe inventory and see how Parrot Backup handles it. I'm going to say that today I only have 400 shoes and close this file and save it. Now when I click Pre-Flight Check, what does Parrot do? It says that Shoes, the Excel worksheet, has changed, and there is one file pending and a backup is needed. So if I click Go, that backup happens. Still only 54 files backed up, but now everything is current. Alright, now some folks have asked us, what happens if I delete something from my drive? Is that going to remove it from my Parrot Backup? And the short answer is no, but let me give you a quick demo. I'm going to click the Open button on this inventory folder so I can get a hold of my Shoes file and delete it. Alright, it's gone. And I'm going to go ahead and do a backup of that same inventory folder. And when that backup is finished, I still have 54 files on my backup flash drive. I still have an inventory folder over there, and I still have a Shoes file inside of it. And I can open up that Shoes file or restore it if I need to. It still has the 400 inventory from the last time I backed up. But let's take it a step further. I'm going to click the Forget button on this inventory folder and tell Parrot Backup, I don't want you to do any more backups of this folder. And I'm going to click the Forget on the Pictures folder as well, and I'm going to forget my entire thumb drive for my backup, and I'm going to close Parrot Backup, and I'm going to even go and delete my inventory folder from the hard drive. Here it is. I'm going to click Delete, and yes. Alright, now lacking Parrot Backup's knowledge of that folder, or even the folder itself existing on the disk, I decide that I want my Shoes inventory back. How am I going to get it? First of all, I need to tell Parrot Backup where the backup was. So I click the Copy To button and point to my thumb drive. There it is, and click OK. And instantly I see that there are 54 files backed up on that thumb drive. If I scroll down, there's an inventory folder here, and there's my Shoes file inside of it. Now I can click Open, and I can see my inventory, or I can click Restore, and it gets put right back on the disk where it came from, including the recreation of the inventory folder that I deleted. So that's it for this video. If you're interested in making a CD, DVD, or Blu-ray disc with your Parrot Backup, be sure to watch the next video in this series, Burn a Disc with Parrot Backup. And if you don't have your own copy yet, Be sure to go to parrotbackup.com today and download your free copy of Parrot Backup. Thanks again for watching.